A very good morning. It's yet another day in paradise, and welcome to Nigeria Stock Market at breakfast. I hope your morning is getting on well. Right, the market is not yet open, so what you're going to get is how it ended yesterday. Yesterday was quite turbulent for many of the stocks. There were gainers as always, and there were losers. Some ended badly. Quite many shares, many of the big names and also the lesser named shares ended bearish, and some ended bullish. Whilst for some shares, they just remained as they were throughout the day. So let's get into it and then see how it ended yesterday and what this current situation of the market is. Remember, the market doesn't open until 9:35. So the market is not open, but the market is ready for action. So this is the current situation of stocks on the exchange. Access Holdings. Access Holdings took a big hit yesterday. It lost over 3% of its share value, lost over 3%, and it's currently at 22 naira. It's trading at 22 naira. This is how it ended for Access Holdings yesterday. ABC Transport, no change in the situation. It's at 0%, and no changes. Consolidated Allmark gained 3.45 yesterday, so it closed on high. Consolidated Hallmark, so it's presently at 6 naira, and that's Consolidated Hallmark. Consolidated Hallmark, the insurance brokers. African Prudential, on its own part, lost more than 2% of its share price, and it's currently at 11 naira 65. Austin Lies was also a big loser. It lost over 5% of its share price. It's currently trading for 3 naira. Remember, market doesn't open until 9:35. So, but these are the current status of all the shares. This was how they ended. This was how the market ended yesterday. Boa Cement is at 0%. It didn't lose anything. Boa Cement is going for 340 at 20, 340, 340 and 20 kobo. Nigeria Exchange Group was one of those who took some hit yesterday. It didn't do too badly. It didn't lose a lot, but it's currently lost 0.48% of its market share value, and it's at 114 naira 45 kobo. Remember, the market is not open, but the market will be opening at 9:35. So, but these are the current situation of the stocks. This is the current situation. Living Trust Mortgage Bank lost over 1%. That is how it is at the moment. Living Trust Mortgage Bank is currently down by over 1%. It's down by over 1%. MTN is yet to recover from the loss it took when it lost 10% of its share price a couple of days ago, but currently it also lost 3%. It closed at over 3% down yesterday. So that's the contribution. MTN is at 720 naira at the moment. It lost over 3%. So it's currently going for 720 naira. Remember, if you're a user of MTN for your telephone services, consider getting a stake. Consider looking out for a time when the shares are really down, when you can have some bit of it. And this is a good time because it is now going for 720 naira. It has lost over 3%. MTN used to go for over 800 or sometimes. So this is a good time if you want to grab some MTN shares. All right. Cadbury closed at 0%. There was no situation, no change in the situation, no changes to its share price yesterday, and it's currently at 0%. So it is bullish, with just going for 56 naira. The Tana oil, it closed at 0% also. It didn't lose anything yesterday and it didn't gain anything. That's the Tana or chemical and allied product. It closed also at 0%. It didn't lose anything and it didn't gain anything. It's going from 175 naira 10 kobo. That is CAP. That's CAP for you. Daikon, the situation is still the same. It didn't lose anything. It didn't gain anything. So it's opening at 0%, just like that. PZ took a big hit yesterday. It lost over 9% of its share price, of its share value. So it's ended at more than 9% bearish. It is currently trading for 85 naira 50 kobo. That is PZ. PZ closed at over 9% down. It lost a lot. UAC didn't lose anything yesterday. It stayed stable. It was stable at 0.0%. At 0%, it didn't lose anything, but it's trading for 185 naira. UAC didn't lose any of its power yesterday. Is trading from 185. Champion Breweries was among the heavy losers yesterday, but it bounced back slightly. It lost more than just over 1% of its share price. Harade Holdings lost nothing, is at 0%, is stable. Alumio Abe Mortgage Bank was also one of the top losers yesterday. It lost over 7%, so it's currently at 8 naira 5 kobo. So that's what is going to open at Abe Mortgage Bank. It lost more than 7% of its share price yesterday. Lotus Halal Equity ETF. Remember what I said earlier yesterday. If you're looking for a stock that is a basket of stocks, Lotus Halal Equity ETF is what you should think of getting, especially we are now in the second half of the year. So next time I'll be talking of strategies for the second half of the year in another broadcast. But right now, Lotus Halal closed at over 3% up, and that's how it's going to open this morning. Burger Pinch was stable yesterday. It didn't lose anything. It didn't gain anything. So it was stable. It's currently going for 147 naira 60 kobo. That is Burger Pinch. RT Briscoe still has not recovered from the heavy hitting it took from market forces. It lost more than 9% of its share price yesterday. RT Briscoe lost a lot yesterday. Jais Bank, remember, is a small bank compared to the Fugas Bank. It's a small bank, but it's doing well. It's always mobile in the market. It's up by over 1%. Jais Bank is up by over 1%. Cornerstone Insurance came back to 0.0% yesterday. It became stable. It's currently going for 6 naira. Cornerstone Insurance. First Holdco lost a lot heavily yesterday. First Holdco lost heavily yesterday. It lost 5% of its share price yesterday. First Holdco, that is the holding bank, parent company of First Bank of Nigeria, it lost over 5% and closed at 56 naira and 5 kobo. First Holdco. This is also a time for anybody wanting to grab some shares of First Holding Company because it is down by over 5% and it's trading for 56 naira 5 kobo. That is First Holdco, the parent company of First Bank of Nigeria. And that is a really an invitation to grab some of the Lasaco Lagos State Assurance Company. It closed on a bullish note yesterday, and that is how it's going to open this morning. It gained over 4%. It's also a very good stock to have in your portfolio. Later, like I said in another broadcast, I'll be talking about how to re-strategize for the second half of the year. So if that is something you fancy, just keep watching this space. So that is Lagos Assurance Company. Also, May and Baker closed at 0%, nothing. Dangote Cement was not affected yesterday. It was stable yesterday. Nothing happened to it. It's going for 963 naira per share. Dangote Cement, nothing It was stable yesterday. Lastly, Dangote Sugar. Dangote Sugar, a case of different strokes for different folks. Dangote Sugar gained yesterday. It went up by over 4%. And lastly, for this breakfast update, Guaranteed Trust Holding, Guaranteed Trust Holding GTCO. It closed at more than 1% down. GTCO Guaranteed Trust Holding lost over 1%, so it's currently 125. Thank you so much for joining. The market opens at 9:35. It is just about 35 minutes again away. I'll see you in another update later in the day. Remember, you can instruct your stockbroker if you have shares on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Market opens at 9:35, 35 minutes away. So I'll see you later in the day. Enjoy the rest of your day.